Peace and blessings is real. First and foremost, before we get into this word, we must acknowledge our Heavenly Father, Yahweh, through His only begotten Son, Yahushai, for allowing this word to come out. And I hope you sincere brothers and sisters are truly edified by tonight's word. And the name of tonight's word is called Sometimes Sleep Cannot Find Rest, okay, when dealing with afflictions and sufferings. That's right. The name of tonight's word is going to be called Sometimes Sleep Cannot Find Rest when dealing with afflictions and sufferings. In tonight's word, we're going to deal with sleeping. A lot of us are deprived of sleeping and don't even know it. Okay, so the focus on tonight's word is sleeping, getting proper rest. And most of us do not sustain that. Okay, now they say it's 24 hours in a day, and how that 24 hours usually go, 8 hours you work, right? And then 8 hours you rest. You rest for 8 hours, then you go to work for 8 hours. That's 16, right? So then what are you doing with the other 8 hours? Okay, you figure, let me paint the picture this way so you can understand how you are being deprived of your sleep. Okay, so let's say you have a job where you work a 9 to 5. Let's just use 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Okay, so let's just start with work. You go to work 9 to 5, right? That's 8 hours. Then you get home around about 6 o'clock, right? Then you got to prepare dinner and whatnot, shower and all that. So that's about 2 hours. So now we're talking, it takes you about an hour to get home from work. So 9 to 5, take you an hour to get home from work. Then another hour to prepare dinner. That's now you at 7 o'clock. You eat dinner, you shower, you might watch a little TV, and before you know it, 9:30, 10 o'clock, you in the bed, right? Then you sleep for 8 hours. That would be 6 a.m. So you got literally 2.5, 3 hours to get yourself together for work. If you look at that example, 8 hours is not enough rest in a 24-hour day, brothers and sisters. So 16 hours out of 24, your body is occupied other than resting. You need at least 12 hours of rest when you really think about it. But we're not getting that. We're not getting nowhere near that. So imagine you already sleep deprived, and then on top of that, you're dealing with afflictions and sufferings. You ain't going to be able to find no sleep, ain't going to be able to find rest at all. And that's what I want to speak about. In the book of Job, chapter 7, verse 13, you had Job. Everybody know Job was suffering, and he had afflictions that he was dealing with. And the one thing that he thought that he could look to ease that was resting. But what you find out is, man, sometimes sleep cannot find rest. In Job 7, verse 13, it reads, "When I say my bed shall comfort me, my couch shall ease my complaint." Okay? This is Job speaking, okay? So let's look at Job 7 and 13. It says, my bed, all right? Now check this out. When it comes to bed, brothers and sisters, did you know in the ancient times, the poor generally slept on the ground? And sometimes their outer garment, listen to this, served as both a mattress and blanket. Sometimes a rug or a mat was used as a bed. You see? So what you see on the screen, it wasn't like that in the ancient times. Okay? It was much worse. So in Job day, you know, a bed wasn't like how you see it today. But as you see on the screen, this is what it looks like when you're trying to get a comforting level of rest, comforting level of sleep. This is what we should be doing, but we should be getting this at least 12 hours a day. 8 at one time, 4 at another time, 6 at one time, 6 at another time, however you want to slice it and dice it. We should be getting more than 8 hours of rest. Now, this is what it looks like when a person is comfort, sleep, and in peace. But when you're dealing with afflictions and sufferings, oh, what you see on the screen, it's not going to look the same. But again, in Job 7 and 13, it reads, my bed shall what? Comfort me, shall ease me, ease oneself. Comfort is another way of easing oneself. The bed should ease oneself. It says, my couch, my place of lying down, my place of lying down for the purposes of sleeping shall ease my complaint. In other words, your bed shall comfort you and your couch shall ease you, should bear assistance, should be a help aid to deal with your grief, to deal with your complaint, to deal with your babbling, to deal with your communication you're dealing with, to deal with your medication, most importantly, to deal with your misery and torment. You see? Yeah. A couch. Let's go back to the couch, okay? A couch was a place of lying down. And we do that today. You find a lot of people go in the living room. They can't sleep in the bed for whatever reason. So they'll go in the living room, turn the TV on, and they lay right on that couch and fall asleep with the remote in their hand. You see? Why? Because a couch is a secondary form of a bed. It's a place of lying down for the purpose of sleeping. Okay? So here you have Job, all right, looking for an outlet to deal with his grief, looking for an outlet to deal with his misery and torment. You see? And the one outlet he was thinking about was rest, sleeping. And he couldn't even find that. How do we know? Because in verse 14, it says, then thou scarest me with dreams and terrifies me through visions. You see that? So what ended up happening? When sleep cannot find rest, now you're dealing with nightmares and dreams. And then that's going to lead you to be suicidal minded. How we know that? Because look what happened in verse 15. So that my soul chooses strangling and death rather than my life. You see that? So listen, man, when you're dealing with temporary relief, when you're dealing with physical and mental afflictions and sufferings, when you want to ease your body and mind and be pain-free, what's a great outlet to go after? Sleeping, brothers and sisters, like you see on the screen. This is the best thing to do. But guess what? Because of your misery and torment, sometimes sleep cannot even find rest, man. A lot of us are dealing with insomnia. A lot of us, man, that just, is going through so much that you got to medicate yourself by way of drugs and alcohol just to feel numb, of those afflictions and sufferings. And you be so medicated, you ain't even thinking about rest. You just thinking about being pain-free. But the best pain-free way of dealing with misery, torment, afflictions, suffering is resting, sleeping, man. Like you see on the screen, man. Cold-blooded, man. What's the name of the lesson, man? Sometimes sleep cannot find rest when dealing with afflictions and sufferings, man. And check out what it says in Job 9:27. Matter of fact, let me give you Job 7 and 13 once again. It says, when I say my bed shall comfort me, my couch shall ease my complaint. And in Job 9:27, it says, if I say I will forget my complaint, I will leave off my heaviness and comfort myself. You see that? So if he can forget about his misery and torment, if he can forget about that, it would allow him to be at ease and he'll be able to comfort himself by way of sleeping. But the misery and torment, the afflictions and suffering is so heavy he can't even find rest, man. So brothers and sisters, please understand, man, being deprived of sleep is a serious issue. And so imagine if you add misery, torment, afflictions, and sufferings on top of that. You ain't finna get no rest. You ain't finna find, sleep ain't finna find no rest, man. And that's real. I hope you sincere brothers and sisters, man, take heed to this word and really focus on trying to get your rest, man, as much as rest as you can. Because 8 hours, if you're able to get a 8-hour stretch of rest, you need at least another 4 to go with that. I'm telling you, man, when you're deprived of rest, you're off balance. Everything, your whole system is off. Your brain system is off. Everything is off, man, because 16 of the 24 hours, you're occupying your body when you should be occupying your mind, body, soul, your brain. I hope you sincere brothers and sisters again were truly, truly edified by this word, and we give all praises, glory and honor to our Heavenly Father, Yahweh, through his only begotten Son, Yahushua, for allowing his word to come out, man. Shalom.